And we should be live. Hello, fellow pirates. Welcome back to the OPLA Banquet. We have lovely guests here today. And yeah, let's introduce our guests first and hop right in. Hello, guys. We are live now.
Hey! Oh, we're super live.
And somehow I hear my own stream. I don't know where or why or.
Nah, that was my fault. That
Okay,
definitely was my
okay,
fault.
okay, okay. Okay, let's start with the introduction first. Denden said the word introduction is nice. I totally agree. Let's start with Denden then. And yeah, where can we find your channel?
Okay, you can find me on YouTube. We make theories to fall asleep to and other cool, spicy stuff. But more importantly, check out everyone else. Check out all the girls on this stream, most of whom you probably already know.
Yeah.
And thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and all of the links are in the description, of course. Check out the TLA. And yeah, excited what will come this year with all of us, with all of our channels, especially with the TLA growing bigger and bigger. Ani,
Yeah.
welcome.
Hello.
Nice to have
introduction.
you here. Yeah.
I am on TikTok right now. I started my account about 2 months ago now, I think. And yeah, I just make silly little videos.
On
TikTok, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
On One Piece, yeah.
And hopefully on YouTube soon as well.
Yeah. Someday I'll put them there.
Okay. You can't invite the one without the other. Hime, Tanuki. It's your turn.
Hello. Well, it's Ohime Tenchi from every platform possible. Make One Piece content mostly, but I'm slowly going into JJK as well. So yeah, happy to be here.
Tanuki.
It's me. Hello. My name is the Chestnut Tanuki. I haven't made One Piece content in a very hot minute, but I do still do live streams for the One Piece chapters, and then I also do episode reacts. But yeah, I post everywhere. Just hit 20K on YouTube too, which is exciting. So thank you for having me on, Desnes.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah.
Thank you.
Especially both of you. I can see you so big this year, really. You will grow so fast. The other won't see you when you pace ahead of me. Isa!
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm Isabel, aka Closet Anime Girl, and I make anime and nerd content on Instagram and TikTok. Sometimes YouTube, but not so regularly.
Yeah. On the topic of theories and such, did you ever did theories as well?
I think once. I have one YouTube video up with One Piece theories and made a tier list.
Okay. Good. Then head right into the topics, I guess. Before we get into the One Piece live action, let's capture the Avatar live action once again before it airs. What are your feelings right now before the live action of the Avatar: The Last Airbender drops on Netflix? It's very similar to One Piece in the case of Netflix in the production, it seems. So your opinions. Let's start with Hime, maybe.
Yes, about the live action?
Yes.
I'm very excited. I very much love the trailers. I'm very positive about it. I think it's gonna be very, very good. There's some changes that I'm kind of not that I don't agree with, but I think we can talk about it later. But as a whole, honestly, it's looking very, very good. Netflix has shown us that they're able to do live actions, and also the casting looks amazing. I think that I'm happy that they're picking the cast right. And yeah, it's looking pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. Isa?
Yeah, I think I'm also very excited because I grew up a lot of with Avatar when I was a child. So I'm very excited to see maybe a very good live action of it. I know it has some controversials right now in the media, but let's see when it comes out. It maybe will
Yeah.
be very great.
Yeah, I think it would be great to talk about these controversies as well, because we can see the difference between the One Piece live action there as well. Maybe you might want to dip in there. Can you tell us the
Yeah, I saw some things about like Sokka not having like these sexist moments that he had in like season 1 and so on, and Armby not that childish, but at the end of the day I think we don't know yet what they are making of the story, so I think let's just wait if it turns out good, if they stick to the original Avatar. So
Yeah.
let's see, I'm very excited.
So they essentially posted statements about the live action, what they want to change, and something like the sexism is sounds good in the first time you hear it, but many people said that it should be Sokka that have like a character
Yeah,
development with such stuff.
exactly.
And I mean, we had changes in the One Piece live action as well, and we can only wait how do they change it, but I can see stuff like these discussed about One Piece in the future as well, with certain topics coming up in the future seasons. But yeah, before we head right into spoiler category as well, please be aware that we try to avoid spoilers for the live action onlys here, and yeah, we can speak in mysteries when it comes to plot details, but characters and designs are totally fine. Annie, what are your thoughts about the One Piece? The Avatar live action.
I want to be optimistic, and I'm gonna give it a chance, and like I'm pretty excited for it. But at the same time, I'm interested in why the creators like left the project after 2 years because of creative differences. So I'm like interested into seeing like what those are that got them to leave the project.
Yeah, you're right.
But it looks really amazing. Yeah, I'm just more interested in like, like what is the reasons behind that?
Yeah.
And I love the costuming, and like it looks aesthetically great.
Yeah, totally agree. It looks as much Avatar as I wanted it to look, but yeah, you're right. It's different from the start with like One Piece live action, Oda having it in the background and stuff, but yeah. It tastes bad. I agree with that. It tastes bad when you know that fact, yeah. Tanuki.
So, I am a really big Avatar fan. I think that visually, I think it looks really good. I do not like a lot of the direction choices that seem to be happening. I can also see why the original creators left. So to me, I was very optimistic when I was hearing and just kind of seeing visually how it looked, because it looks like there's a lot going into the production. But I feel like, especially when they said in a statement they're trying to make it more like Game of Thrones, immediate turn off for me. So I'm very disheartened by some of this information that's coming out. I feel like it's not going to have the original like sense of wonder that I'm expecting from it, and I have a feeling that it's going to be more reminiscent to the other live action movie that came out. And I hate that I feel like that, but I'm very disheartened by a lot of the information with it.
Do you know what they meant with making it like Game of Thrones? Like they obviously don't add too much dragons, but
basically they're gonna make it so that there's less fun. They're gonna like they made a statement like, oh, Aang is just solely focused on facing the Fire Nation, and I'm like, I feel like that takes away from his character. And they said that the audience they're trying to gather is like they're trying to get the Game of Thrones audience, which to me is like that's not the audience that should be watching Avatar. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to get like the same demographic of people who like Game of Thrones into Avatar, like I feel like that's completely missing the point on what Avatar is as a series. At least to me.
I saw Avatar always as a story from Aang's point of view with the childish look onto the world, but it has dark undertones like One Piece, and Luffy always helps with the dark undertones in One Piece. And I guess, yeah, that undermines the range of the characters, yeah.
Completely agree.
Den.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you picked me after Chestnut because, like, I think like I'm not the hardest Avatar fan. I know it reasonably well, but nothing like OP. I feel like I just assumed it was going to be like, okay, there's some success in OP, so now they've got two elements. They've got the effects side, and then they've got the story side. How well are they going to keep to the story? They didn't have Oda behind it like One Piece did and stuff. But the effects side of things, I thought was going to be all cool because it's more like simple and like it's not as weird as like rubber arms and stuff like that. So I thought that was all good, and it was the story I was concerned about. But the more I do hear about all this stuff, like the Game of Thrones stuff Chestnut was talking about, I do think maybe that they're going to try like jump straight into the mainstream rather than like do well with Avatar. I think they had like such a good opportunity, and like I do worry that they're going to just spunk it so they can make it like really broad and dark and gritty and like yeah. And so if they do that, I think they've screwed it up personally.
Yeah.
That's just my take.
Yeah, top or flop, it will be a different version of Avatar, and we can all agree that it can't be as bad as the movies, as the one movie that existed that we don't talk about. So, yeah, big bummers in there, but it looks promising nonetheless. In case of the One Piece live action, we always get like into the topic with hot takes, and the actual king or queen in that case of hot takes is Annie. So maybe you want to start with the One Piece live action hot take.
Oh no. I don't want to break the ice with that one. All the thoughts have left my head. I had empty, nothing here.
Okay, but yeah.
No, I'm gonna can someone else go. I wanna hear what kind of hot takes we're doing first.
I know
How
you
hot
have
can it get?
many because her whole content exists around hot takes. I love this so much. It's really awesome. Yeah, then maybe start with Isa this time.
Well, I don't really know what you mean with hot takes, like about the second
Like a
season or like
opinion,
in general.
like an opinion
Yeah.
that
The
many
want me to
wouldn't
start us
really
off?
share
Yeah.
with you. Yeah.
Like the first thing that came to my we're talking about One Piece right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But, okay. Is I don't think I like the Garb story point in season 1 currently, so I hope it gets better. And
because
yeah,
it was
that's like my
more,
hot take.
it felt like filler, or because
No, because it was too soon.
Hmm.
I know why they did that. Maybe because they want to introduce them sooner and maybe make the Corby storyline more interesting. But I did not really got the vibe from Garb and the live action, like the story behind it.
The feeling for me
So
with
early
Garb
on.
is that with the whole story of Garb, including in the East Blue, we have way more time after Enies Lobby, because after Enies Lobby, we won't. There's only one information missing that wasn't in the East Blue right now, you know. So they could put it in there in a different season, and could skip totally post Enies Lobby with that. You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
I think they're trying to make it like in a TV format, and in TV format you always cut away to something else, and
Yeah,
that
that's true.
was one of the solutions for it. But yeah, it's not supposed to be there, but nonetheless I really like the inclusion of it, because they took apart the smoker stuff with Loketown, and I think it was a nice addition. He had like the role like smoker in the end, especially for me. And yeah, to make the comparison with Roger and stuff. So, but I can totally agree. It wasn't supposed to be there, and it feels off at the beginning. Yeah, definitely. Then
My resident hot take of OPLA is that in fact I won't swear. The figurehead looks poor. Let's say that was a nice way of putting it. I think it would have been cooler to just have the figurehead of the ship like just look a little cooler, and but like I go on about that too much anyway. But like I do want to touch on the Garp thing because that was always one of mine. Like I feel it's just way too black and white. Like the series is real cool. I love it. But the thing I probably like the least is like he's a sick actor and Garp's a cool character, but it was just so easy with Kobe and you know it was so black and white with Helmeppo and Kobe. I just wish it was a bit more like rougher for Kobe. But I guess that's kind of like the romanticism of One Piece, so I'm down with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that figurehead looks like shit. He's my friend.
When we should change the ship, quote unquote, um, then you have the next you have the next opportunity to fill off when they make a realistic line, I guess. So
Yeah.
because if they made one route, they should do the same with the next one. So I guess
I know.
Yeah.
It'll be my topic each season. Yeah, it'll be great.
That's a
I'll have
problem
to
for
go and paint it myself.
season 4, I guess. Yes. Taluki.
I'm not too sure what to say. Uh-oh.
That's no problem at all. You don't have to.
That's
Give
me some more time. Give me some more time.
Okay.
To think.
Hime.
So you want like a hot take about the One Piece live action? Is that
Yes.
what you're asking?
Yes.
Um,
Give me some
I
spice.
enjoyed it so much. I have well, I mean, it's not hot take. I feel like what I'm about to say is not a hot take. It's actually very everybody agrees with it. Is that they really like the backstory with Nami was very badly done. I wish they would have like stuck to the actual manga I mean anime and manga like story, you know, with her foster mom. Like it was not the same story, and I was very upset about it. It would have been way more emotional, in my opinion, if they stuck with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people agree with that. I don't know if it's a hot take.
Yeah. So
And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, to give you an example of a hot take, for me personally, that one scene that felt most wrong for me was not the help me scene, but the scene right after it, because they just cut it to they're looking into. It was nighttime. They're looking to the town, and then the episode cuts off, and then in the next episode it's the daytime. So what did they do the whole night? You know what I mean? That always feels wrong for me when I see episodes 7 and 8 next to each other. But yeah, that would be someone that always throws me off when I watch it. I don't know how to how would you handle this better, but I always hate this transition from one to the next episode. Annie?
Okay, so the Nami backstory inspired me because I think I don't think it's a hot take because a lot of people have like their own personal issues with the Arlong Park arc, in the live action, but I did not appreciate the erasure of Girl Dad Genzo.
Woo!
I feel like he was just like in the anime and the manga, like he had such a interesting and like important relationship with Nami. And I think that the way that they handled it kind of took away from that, especially because like her tattoo is like based on Belmir and on Genzo. And it kind of felt like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a loose end. The detail is there, but it doesn't really get integrated that much, so it doesn't really matter the detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, without Genzo at all, what tattoo would she have? Just an orange? Would be worse, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanuki?
Man, I'm having a hard time finding like a super hot take, but I guess maybe this is it. I think that like the fight scenes could have been not only a little bit longer, but also I think specifically for Luffy, they could have been a little bit more fast paced. That's the only like thing I think could be a hot take. I think that a lot of Luffy's fight scenes were very slow and out of character for him.
Yeah. And we can all agree that the fight scenes in season 2 have to hit hard, because the fight scenes is what Alabaster makes really great. So I guess
I'm so worried that especially for like Sanji's fight scenes, like because he has that specific fight, and yeah, I think you know which one I'm talking about. And for those who are in the know, you know. But that fight scene where they're doing like a lot of like really interesting choreography, I'm just scared to see what they'll do. So I'm hoping that they really hit the mark on that.
Yeah. So, coming from the hot takes, I can say to you that they will start filming very soon. The producer team was interviewed a few days ago about another production they do, and they said the next thing they will take on is the One Piece live action again. So all the cast will come together again, and we will see many social media posts about the cast being together. That will be awesome. And also Inaki was on a convention in the well, I said it wrong. Arabian. Oh, I will totally say it wrong. Emirates.
United Emirates.
Arabian Emirates. Is that the word for it? I don't know. Yeah, but he was on a convention there.
The United Arab Emirates is what you're talking about,
yes,
right?
thank you. And yeah, he found. I'm so bad at the English names. How is the camel called in One Piece in Alabasta Saga?
I like that camel.
Camel, yes, camel.
Was it eyelash?
Eyelash. Oh
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Matsugi, yeah.
Yeah. So filming will be starting soon, and Inaki already checking out the pyramids to be inspired by it, and yeah, really, really amazing. I want to ask you, what do you think when the season 2 will start? Because we will have plenty of more of Netflix this year. So, do they try to get it this year? It will be hard, I guess. So, when can we expect it next year? What do you think will the time be? Any maybe?
Time wise, I hope it's, I don't know, maybe the summer like it was last time, but that wasn't a bad drop date, like late September, like early September. But that's a really long time away. Like I was hope it's like early 2025.
So first half year in that sense. Then?
If we're going this year, if it has to be this year, maybe sort of first week of October, and then ends just before like the whole November merch run and stuff, which starts like about November the 6th, between the 6th and the 10th, I think. So yeah, maybe then, but I wouldn't be surprised if it got delayed. Or obviously the difference now is like there's no strikes going on. Well, it's probably still tentative, but there's no strikes going on. So but I guess it's already written. So late mid-October or next year, personally. That's my guess.
I personally would love it to have it in the summer days because Alabasta and stuff, but yeah, I think October is the most likely. Maybe Tanuki agrees on this.
I think that it's probably not going to come out until next year, especially with how long it took to film the first season. I don't know. I think it's going to be really difficult to get everything done in such a short amount of time. So personally, I think it's coming out sometime next year in 2025, probably earlier in the season, but it could come out in the summer. I could see them delaying it a little bit so that like when school gets out, because that's how they basically did it for the first season. They did it in like a really good spot where like people weren't really in school, so that like more people could like watch it and get like free trials and stuff. So I'm assuming they'll probably do something similar. So I'll say mid 2025.
Mid, okay. Isa?
I mean, I hope for late 2024, but I don't think we are getting that. So definitely in 2025,
Yeah.
not like a specific time.
Which month?
I don't know. I mean, I hope as soon as possible, but
January.
that's my take on that.
Yeah. And Time.
I would say, yeah, also 2025, either at the beginning of the year or the middle of the year, but not late. Not later than that.
Coming from the One Piece live action, and see like which I think Isa said, with Garp included in the story beforehand, way earlier. If you think of the future seasons, without spoiling the story, but with saying the character, which character would you include in season 2 that has an appearance way later, that doesn't originally appear in season 2, especially? Maybe start with Tanuki?
Sorry, what was the question, Desnes?
So, if we saw Garp appearing way earlier in season 1, right?
Mhm.
So what would be a character that you would put in season 2 that doesn't really appear in season 2, to let him appear way earlier, to tease them essentially?
Oh, I see. I mean, I would assume that they're probably gonna have a Doflamingo cameo, because he doesn't come in until like Jaya-ish. But I would say that they're probably gonna do that, at least a teaser at the very end of the season. But it would be really cool if maybe you see like a couple hints like throughout it.
Hime?
I don't know about a future character that they can that they will show. Maybe I mean imagine like they show Enel, that would be crazy. But I would say, me personally, if there's a character I want to see every season, I want to see Buggy every season. If they can just incorporate Buggy in any way, I am so down, bro. Imagine.
So I guess we have Buggy for season 2 confirmed. Because we get Loketown 100%, so Buggy is in there.
Yeah.
And it would make sense
Yeah.
if you have Buggy in the beginning, like in the first season, that we get Buggy in the ending as well somehow. And I guess they are just chilling in Alabasta or something. Let's see, yeah. Would be cool. More Buggy, of course, yeah. More Buggy scenes. Annie?
I don't think I have one that would make sense, but I'm just so excited to see Frankie whenever he comes. Like, it's so far away though. Like, I just want to see a hint. But I don't think I have like an actual good answer.
Let me think of a hint for Frankie. The funny thing with Oda is you can always make connections if you want to, but it's really hard to think of one with that one. Yeah, maybe we could get a name drop somewhere or something like that. Like
yeah, Puffing Tom.
Yeah, or some article that says something about him, or something in the news or something. Yeah. Den.
I got a shout out Unity in the chat. He said Blackbeard. That's a good one. Do we know how many episodes? Is it set yet?
Last season they aimed for 10 episodes, only got 8. So I guess if they can do all they want, they even would get 12. So let's assume they will get the 10 that they wanted originally for the next season.
Since the last OPLA Banquet, I've started to think that like if they do more, they're going to split it into 2. They'll do first half of it at the end of this year, and then the next half in summer or something next year or something like that. But if we don't get full closure, then I want my girl Suru to make a little appearance, because she comes in at the very end to tell somebody off at that arc. Or if not, then it's Mother Carmel. Like, I just want to see her in every single shot. I know like she's not really around anymore, but like even a flashback or some like silhouette or something, I don't know, any Mother Carmel, and I'm sold for life.
But maybe the idea of including characters that are way up there. I mean, Caramel is really.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But a boy can dream. But like Suru, like if I get Suru at the end, I won't say what her appearance if people can't remember it, just 'cause it's a spoiler. But there's a certain marine personnel who's up to something at the end of Alabaster, and Suru steps in and sort of tells them off. So if I can get some Suru, I'd be so hyped. I'll be yeah, that'd be me done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
As you can see, the trend is old women here. I've only just noticed myself, but yeah.
yeah. Also, I think Alabasta or even right before Drum Island is where the ship gets damaged again. Maybe we include some ship thing as well. You know what I mean? For future season.
Interesting. Interesting. That could be the case.
And I think I missed out on Isa.
Yeah, I also thought about Blackbeard, but who I really, really want to see, because I'm a huge simp, is Boa Hancock.
Oh.
I would really, really love to see her, but I don't think it's gonna happen, and it doesn't make sense.
I think
But
Boa
maybe
Hancock
like
makes so much sense because we will talk about the Shichibukai this season. So you could tease them.
That's right. That's right.
Because now we know the appearances, so we can make silhouettes at least. Yeah.
I would love to see her because I love her so much.
And TJ said Aokichi hinted at the end of the season, like Smoker was. Yeah. I think for a teaser for the next season, it would make sense something maybe Mingo, or like you said, or bouncy guy. Names. The hyena. How is he called? Damn it. The what?
Which one?
The one that Luffy fights in Jaya.
The hyena.
Yeah. Not Hina, but oh, my God, what the fuck?
After
I Man.
I'm gonna save you.
Okay.
Jimmy Moria.
No.
No, wait. No. That was a stupid that was the first result on Google. So just give me a sec.
Wait. I look at the wiki as well. Oh my God. In Mocktown.
You don't mean Bellamy, right?
Bellamy. Oh my God. But he is called
What?
the hyena, right?
Oh, I was
didn't know that
picturing
was
like,
his name.
oh.
I think he's called Bellamy the hyena, or am I wrong? Bellamy.
No, you're right.
Okay, God. Yeah, I think that would be cool as a tease as well, because he first sounds like the baddie of the season. You know what I mean? When the season begins. At least for me, it was when I watched it as a kid. But yeah.
What about how would we feel about like if the Gorosei showed Little Thigh? Reckon that would be a cool little season 2?
I think the Gorosei makes way more sense in season 4 when we hit Ines Lobby, because at the end of Ines Lobby it's getting a world we're getting into a world enemy essentially, so you know what I mean? But yeah, earlier appearances are always better. I totally agree. But the thing is not to spoil everything, but I guess the gap situation is weird in that case. What I can totally see is they're adding more Ace and more Blackbeard because of future things. And give us more of that in the season, to have a cutoff essentially instead of Garb. Maybe we get to see more Ace getting to trying to search for Blackbeard. Maybe that's the case, to has as a filler, and then in the end they come together essentially. Yeah, something like that.
What do you think they'll do for Toshigi? Do you reckon they'll make her look like the Queener actress?
That's a good question. Maybe the Queener actress has a sister or something like that.
I really hope so, or else like my theory is bad.
Queener actress, One Piece live action.
Or they just put her on stilts or something, I don't know.
On stilts. Like they give her makeup that she appears older or something like that. That's a good question. But you always can say, okay, she just reminds me of her, I guess, without the looks. It should be just like if you make the same haircut and same like Mina or something like that. You could
They
explain
used
with
to
that.
put like there was obviously like the casting was an Asian girl for Kuina, so like, you know, if it isn't an Asian girl for Toshigi, then that'll be interesting, definitely.
I shit you not, she has an older sibling.
No way. No way.
I saw here. Okay, let's see if that works out. That's a good call. That's a good call. Okay. In the case of watching the One Piece live action, okay, if you're coming from the One Piece live action, what advice would you give to somebody after the One Piece live action? Like, where did he should start after that, or continue, or yeah? Let's start with Isa.
To be honest, start from the beginning, either the manga or anime. I started with the anime, but only reading the manga currently. So, what you prefer? Because, like, of course, the anime has huge pacing issues.
Yeah.
Later on, but the beginning is fine.
Yeah, the beginning is kind of fine. Also, we will have a new animation there, so maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah,
will
I'm
keep
so
up.
excited for that. That will break the internet. No, I'm just kidding. That will break the One Piece community.
For example, if you think of the One Piece, right, the new animation, if we were getting that this year for season 1, so either we getting the season 2 of the One Piece next year before the live action or after the live action, you know what I mean? In both cases, I guess it could benefit from that. I don't really know. Din?
That's a hard one. I'm not a good person to ask really because I haven't seen all the anime. Like, I know the manga like the back of my hand, but I've just always struggled with it. I've been reading One Piece since I was like, what, 10 or something like that. So like 300 years or something like that, right? So I don't know. I'd say they're two different experiences as well. Like, if you're into the anime, then watch the anime. If you can't stand it, like some people, then read the manga. But the manga does slap. So start chapter 1, and that way you get all your cover stories and stuff like that. Then you get all the little like author's notes and pictures of Oda dressed in the alien, which you don't get in the anime. So yeah, I'd say read the manga.
Hime?
Me personally, I know that a lot of people are, if you want to get them to the anime community, like telling them to read the manga is like they will be discouraged. So me, what I would say is watch the anime, but rewatch Arlong Park, because Arlong Park wasn't done right in my opinion in the One Piece live action. So rewatch Arlong Park and then continue up there, unless like you feel like restarting from the beginning, but it can be like again discouraging to do that. And at some point, if like they feel like and they can also watch the one paced version if they wanna like skip the bad pacing. And if they feel like they wanna dive into the manga as well, like they could, or they could just like get caught up and then dive into the manga. I think that it's like the best like way to approach things step by step.
I like this idea because many say Along is the best part of East Blue. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe luring somebody into the best part of the anime in that case is a good idea as well. Yeah. Tanuki?
Yes.
I think to me, if you like the One Piece live action, there's a lot of stuff that's like changed with the story wise, like from the anime. So I would just say if you like genuinely enjoy the story, you can watch like the East Blue movie. And I think that a lot of people have sometimes started off with that. So I think that's a good way. If you've watched the One Piece live action, you've gotten the story, switch to the One Piece East Blue movie and then just like watch from there. Because this way you get to know kind of what happened in the anime versus in the live action, and you don't have to rewatch every single thing that you're going through.
You're right. It's 106 minutes, I guess, so it's very short.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right into it, right?
And it goes over everything from the manga anyway, so it's like it's a more condensed version, and it's like because like I'll be honest, if somebody tells me, yo, there's a lot that changed, and I just watched the live action, I'd be like, yo, just tell me. But the movie is like super short, and it's like a good recap for everything, and I think it just leads perfectly in. So then you can just watch from there.
Yeah. That's a good take, yeah. Annie?
I started off reading it, but it was a lot easier for me to like visualize the fights in the anime. And I think reading it is a lot faster for me, but I have to go back to doing that. But I think it's really just what gets people into it, like such a personal preference, I guess. I've heard all the takes, all the opinions, and everyone's told me different things about like, oh, skip this, don't skip that, and it's just really what you enjoy the most.
Yeah, or going from a One Piece live action watch immediately into a wiki reader and read the whole story in the wiki. That happened before. Okay. Yeah. I have some wishes, maybe you as well. What they should change in season 2. We know what the story beholds in season 2, and let's guess that Alabasta will be finished after season 2. So, what of the story you would change in the live action? Like adding something, or excluding something, or excluding characters or storylines, or something like that. Maybe start with Den this time.
I hope they like. This is why I mentioned the Gorse earlier. I hope they like juxtapose a lot of the shots, so there's more feeling to Alabasta coming up. Like there's a load of little islands on the way, but like I just want there to be more of a build up towards Alabasta specifically. So it's like the end of a series vibe, you know, it's like big boss vibe. Maybe like Croc, for example, like tease him and warm him up. The one thing I do not want them to change, but I think they will, is I really want Vivi to go inside the whale with Luffy and what's his face. I'm not allowed to say who he's related to, but fuck, I'm gonna forget. Anyway, yeah, they go inside
Shiki.
Laboon, and I really
No.
say again.
Shiki? No.
No. Let me Google it because I don't want to drop a big spoiler. So,
You mean
Steri. Oh, Stelly. Yeah, Stelly. Okay, yeah. So
Ah,
they. Oh no. In fact, it isn't Stelly. It's one of the agents from Baroque Works. Goes inside Laboon and loads of stuff happens in there, and it's really funny, but it's really important to like what's going to come later on in the story, I think. So I hope they do not leave it out, but I think they will.
me personally, I think they will wrap the whole um yeah, they will really wrap it very fast, the whole Laboon story. Annie?
Oh man, I honestly don't know what I would change. Like, I'm excited to see all the funny moments. Like, I hope that they keep like Little Garden as like funny as it was. Because I know like there was some talk about, oh, like Zoro wasn't like funny enough in season one, but I hope he's given his little moments on the cake especially. So I don't know if that's like necessarily a change, but I really want to see that. So
His
strike a pose.
his Tarzan moment in
Yeah.
Little Garden. Yeah. Isa.
That's for a change. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Isa.
Yeah, very, very difficult question, to be honest. I hope they stick to the manga.
Mhm.
So I hope they don't change a lot. Well, one thing I hope they make Alabasta a bit more faster paced,
Mhm.
because I didn't like the pace of Alabasta. It felt a bit too long.
The part where they're going to the
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
country, or
yeah, not the saga, but like to the arc, especially during like the desert scene, and
yeah.
we're like walking for like a couple of episodes. I mean, that was like in my memory. I haven't watched Alabasta in a long time or read it, and there was one thing, but I can't. Yeah, maybe that's a very hot take. I don't really like Vivi that much, Alabasta. So I hope
Kick her, Desnes, kick her.
she gets a bit of the Nami treatment, where she fights a bit cooler than in the anime. So because I think like in the One Piece live action, Nami seems a bit more tough.
Yeah.
That is what I liked.
Yeah, definitely. Either way, she didn't fought with the Straw Hats in the end, but yeah, we need a big Nami fight as well in season 2, I guess. Yeah, and Vivi more fighting. But I think we could get some Vivi highlights at least, yeah, because we won't see her again, I guess. So the Kung Fu Dugongs. Oh yeah, Kung Fu Dugongs will be great. Tanuki.
All right. I got a couple things I hope they change.
Yeah.
I think some good points were made with Vivi actually fighting better than she did. I think that's a really good point, because I think especially in the anime, a lot of her fights were subpar at best. I do hope that they make Usopp a lot cooler with his presentation. I think he has some cool moments in the arc, but I'm hoping that overall they kind of keep the feeling that they have like Usopp in like the first season of the live action, because I think he's like a more likable character versus in the anime, and I think that a lot of people really like the live action version, so I hope that they carry that through, and his moments are cooler. And then I hope that they keep in the one certain scene, but I don't know how they're going to do it. And I think you know what I'm talking about, and it's a scene between Luffy and Vivi. I think they're going to have to change it up a little bit, but I hope they don't change it up too much. So I'm wondering how they're going to handle that without trying to give away any spoilers.
Got awfully red pilled all of a sudden. I know what you're talking about, though. I know.
Yeah. Because I feel like they're gonna change it, especially like we were talking about like the Avatar live action, right? And they're toning down like the sexist aspects for that. So I doubt they're going to keep in the whole scene as it was, even though, you know what I mean? Like, I think it was a very good scene. I just hope that when they change it, they maybe don't change like the core base of that. I feel like I'm being so vague right now, but I don't want to spoil anything. But I'm trying to like, I just hope that they do the scene justice without changing it too much, and like changing the original meaning of what that scene had.
Yeah. Definitely the Sanji fight, right? Or more like Bon Clay.
You know the scene between Luffy and Vivi, and they're talking about sacrificing themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about now, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I was trying to be like super vague with that, but yeah, I'm hoping that they keep like the overall feeling of it, and I mean, I have faith in the writing staff. I think they did really good with everything except for Nami's story for the first season. Like, I didn't like the changes they did there. I think that the changes were too extreme and they hurt the story rather than helped it. So I'm hoping that, you know, they're able to just keep what they had good going.
Yeah. Hime?
Oh, but also,
Yeah, sorry.
really quick, just because I have a Super Bowl party. I'm so sorry, Desnes.
Totally okay.
Um,
Hop in, hop out is
Woo!
totally fine.
Party!
Yeah, I noticed that
Yeah.
Super Bowl is right now. Even my German fellows that watched it don't have time today, so totally fine. Thank you for being here at least, and a last shout out maybe.
No, yeah, I appreciate you doing this. We'll have to do it again on a day that isn't the Super Bowl and my
Yeah.
family isn't having a big party. Go 49ers,
man.
because I really don't want the Chiefs to win. But also, thank you again, Desnes. I super appreciate it.
Thank you as well, Tanuki, and have a great party then.
Enjoy.
Bye.
All right, thanks,
Super
peace,
Bowl.
peace.
Bye. Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm wondering who of you I'm holding back, and that explains why all the mans don't appear today.
Well, I'm German. I don't care about America.
Yeah, even my brothers watch it right now, so I can't
Crazy.
deny it.
It's
That's
not,
yeah.
it's not the World Cup, so I'm not interested in it.
Okay, good. And Hime?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah,
I-
I'm probably gonna watch it, but I can stay for a bit longer.
Okay. Thank you, Hime. What is your opinion about changes that they should make for season 2?
I don't want any changes, but I want more ace action
Yeah.
if it's possible. Yeah, that's what I would want, like as a change, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, he could travel with them longer, or we see his
Mhm.
search. Yeah, I mean, we get. I think it was in the Jaya arc where we see his cover story searching for Blackbeard. So we could add that way further, way before that, during the Alabasta arc as a side story, essentially. Wood
Yeah.
fitting as well, leading to season 3. And yeah, I think, yeah, everybody loves Ace. Why not? To add some topics in there, what are the favorite animals you're looking forward to, Annie? In the
Looking
Alabasta
forward to what?
saga.
Sorry, I
An
didn't hear you.
animal that you're looking for in the next season. To
Oh, the
see
animals.
to
I
see
mean,
in live action.
I'm really interested into seeing like how they'll do the giant like desert animals like the crab. And just like seeing if they're gonna use like a mix of practical effects or like how much CGI it'll be. Like I feel like things get a lot bigger in season 2 comparatively, like the animals, the fights. But I know they're pretty
People.
dedicated to practical effects.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Isa?
I hope they keep the I don't know how they're called, the Kung Fu
The Kung Fu Dugongs, I guess.
Dugong. Okay. I hope they keep them. I don't know how they are doing, how they would do that, but I guess CGI can handle that.
Yeah, I think Alabasta is a great place to explain that the One Piece world is wacky and stuff. So I think to exclude the creatures would make it less exciting, I guess. Especially when we are arriving on the Grand Line and
Yeah.
all the fictional stuff. Even the dinosaurs would be cool to see.
Oh yeah, that's true. Also Chopper, he's an animal.
Yeah, of
I'm very
course.
excited how he will look
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, definitely. Hime?
I want to see how they animate Karoo, right? Like the duck. That's gonna be very cool. I'm down because he's a big part of the arc.
Yeah, and the whole squad essentially.
Yeah.
And then the official voice of Donald Duck will voice Karoo. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Then?
Obviously, I want Laboon to be spot on, ideally. But the one I'm keen to see is Lasso, right? Lasso is just going to be a mess. It'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Lasso's a dog. That's also a canon. So, yeah.
Okay. And for the last thing, let's finish it up with your favorite Alabaster moment and how that would be envisioned in the live action. Is that even possible? So your favorite Alabaster moment, and then if it's possible in the live action 1-to-1, or will they change something about it? Hime.
What is the question?
So your favorite Alabaster moment, and if that would be 1-to-1 in the live action, or is that even possible?
Honestly, I'm a big Ace fan, so whenever Ace was on the screen was my favorite moment. So, but otherwise, honestly, I don't know. There's nothing else that comes to my mind. I would guess maybe the crocodile fight was cool too. But yeah.
Do you think they can make Crocodile 1-to-1 and even the
What do you mean one-to-one? What does that mean?
Luffy poking scene, or the Luffy being a water bottle scene, essentially?
I mean, they'll have to do something. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna tweak it to make it work. I don't know. Well, what does 101 mean, anyways? What do you mean by that?
1-to-1 means like an exact replica.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's not gonna be exactly. No, it's not gonna be exactly the same thing. That's for sure.
Okay. Isa?
I was thinking about my favorite part about like the Alabaster saga. I think it might be like Chopper's backstory, so I'm hoping they're sticking a lot to the original, and I think they could do it depending on how Chopper will look like. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think, especially in Chopper's flashback with Hawkback scenes and such, I think it's very important that the actor can get the scene done right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's those emotional moments that always depending on the actors as well, I guess, because
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. For example, for me, it sounds weird, but the live action Sanji moment when he says goodbye to Zeph makes me way more emotional than the anime version, because it's more like I know in Japanese tradition they bow for someone. You want to say you are deeply thankful for somebody, but that doesn't translate to our culture. So
That's true.
so like these cold-hearted men don't really want to say goodbye, but then say goodbye and cry each other. That made me way more emotional than the bowing scene, essentially. Yeah.
To be honest, for me it was a bit the opposite, but I see how it makes sense that they didn't bow, because it was like not because it was like the Americanized version or the
Yeah.
Westernized version. It makes sense.
Yeah. Also, what I really like about when we talk about the scene, sorry, but what I really liked about the scene is you really see the how Sanji and Seth show their love for each other. So they really are just confronting each other with bad wording, and then all of it goes into the background with the feelings for both of them. So that explained to me way more why Sanji is always mocking Zoro, because he likes him, you know what I mean? Than the bowing scene for me, for example. Yeah. Den.
That's interesting. I'm a massive drum fan, but two particular moments that come to mind are in Alabaster, and they are the reveal of a particular stone, and also I would like to see a particular Robin's powers. That would be real cool. I really want to. I've got faith that they're going to do Robin's powers justice, because there's so many ways to do it using lighting. So yeah, them two bits are I'm super hyped for. But anything drum, like Kureha, like let's stick with the theme of old ladies. Kureha, just any Kureha, and I'm done again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think we got the confirmation with Jamie Lee Curtis, so that will be an Oscar-winning performance, I hope, with
Yeah,
Korea.
definitely.
Yeah, and to put it in for me, one of the funniest moments for me was when Usopp, for example, scratched on that chalkboard. But I hope that doesn't get translated into the live action because I hate the sound of nails on chalkboard. So I hope they don't do it in real life in the story. Annie, what would be your moment for the for season 2 that you're looking up for, and would they change something about the scene?
I think she's not here. She said in
She
chat.
said she's back right now, I guess. Maybe she can just hear us, but that's okay.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Ah.
Yeah, my bad. One of the most like things I'm looking forward to is definitely like Pell and that whole scene.
Hmm.
And I'm just excited to see his character design in general. Like I think Alabasta fits go so hard. Like Robin's cowboy outfit is gonna be incredible.
Oh yeah, all the outfits.
And yeah, I love wardrobe and costuming, so I'm very excited to see like how they translate it. So far they've been doing like such a good job, like even in season 1 when like Axan Morgan had zebra like leggings. So I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Okay. Guys and gals, I think that was the shortest OPLA Banquet we had, but really all of the men dipped out today. I might now know why. And next time I will look into American Super Bowl times and such. So or yeah, Super Bowl is once a year, I guess, but or is it twice a year? I don't want to say anything wrong, but yeah. I think that's why, and totally okay. The next time will be longer, I guess. And yeah, I'm very happy to had you all today, and yeah, we do this plenty of times more. Also shout out to you, every one of you again. Especially Annie, you were first time here, and then thank you for
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. We will have plenty of more, and all of you are invited as well again. So thank you for being here. Let's start with the shout outs. Isa, maybe first.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Check out my socials and keep on subscribing to Desnes and the others. So bye.
Bye. Thank you. So then.
Yeah, so TLA, check us out in the server or our YouTube channel. We stream every Wednesday and Saturday. Denden Kushi, I got like 4 videos dropping soon, and then another couple of hours worth of like theories to fall asleep to coming in like 2 weeks. Make sure you check out Hime, of course, the goatest of goat with big hands. Make sure you check out Isa and Annie, and the links in the description. And but don't check out Chestnut because she left early. And Desnes, thank you as always. It's always a pleasure to just shoot the stuff.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, please check out Tanuki as well and Hime.
Oh yeah, well, as he said, yeah, you can check out my social, Ohime Tenshi, and yeah, it was very much a pleasure to be here. It's always very fun to be on your stream, so thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you as well. And Annie, what can we see when we click on your TikTok? What is the newest tag that you have on your videos? One Piece related.
Well, today I was just talking about Zoro being hungover because I too am very hungover.
Very relatable, of course. So check out Annie as well. Thank you for being here, all of you. And I will
Yes, thank you so much.
And I will end the stream now, but not all of you, so you can stay in there. Thank you guys for watching, and we see us on the next OPLA Banquet. Bye.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
beautiful time.